Welcome to Loving God and Loving Life. We're in Revelation 18, where we find the theme being we, God's people, are commanded not to partake of Babylon's sins. Well, this is interesting. Babylon here is described as having great power as a result of her wealth and power. And again, this is just a theme throughout Scripture. Is money bad? No, but the love of it is. And gang, let's just be honest. That lives in me too. You know, who are these awful people who want wealth? We all do. You know, we all want. It doesn't mean that we necessarily want to be the richest man in the world, but there's none of us who want to live under a bridge. No, that lives in us. Okay, and in its simple form, that's not wrong. Okay, but so quickly and easily that can be usurped to become a life pursuit. Verse 7 of this chapter, referring to this Babylon, this world system, says she glorified herself and lived in luxury. Now again, this is describing Babylon, so our temptation says, oh man, that's awful. Whew, that's wicked. God needs to judge that. I mean, who are these people who would glorify themselves and want to live in luxury? And I hope you two realize that that's actually kind of universal, isn't it? But what we're seeing here is people who just didn't live aware of that, and they ended up just piling it on themselves. Well, what's the point, gang? This is a question you got to keep asking yourself. Thank God for his blessing, even in the area of finance. But what is the purpose? Just so I can amass more for myself. And again, ultimately, I'd say most people, their goal, even Christians, their big goal is just having a big enough pile for retirement so I can just float away from all obligation, have enough for just me to live my life and not be bothered with anything as I sail away from obligations. It's not God's plan. It's not God's plan. Let's not allow this. Let's pass this test. Let's pass the money test. It's one that we all have to take. And it's one of the identifying marks of this Babylon, the system that God is judging. Let's see, faith lives for God's approval. Faithless people, they just chase wealth and power. You can't help it. See, but well, here's the truth. I'm kind of chasing wealth and power too, but I'm chasing it in God. Yeah. I have this firm belief that this whole thing wraps up in Him, and I'm going to be on that side really quickly. And He's loaded, and He's going to let me share in it for eternity. And I don't think I'm ever going to have a need. That's right. I do. You get my point? Yeah, in a sense, I'm chasing it too, but I'm just realizing it's in Him. And He gives it, and He shares it with people who follow Him, who love and give and serve and overcome. Let's overcome. God, today, we don't want to live for ourselves. If we're chasing money, if it has the wrong place in our life, forgive us. Open our eyes to it. God, today, we want to live for your purposes. God, today, send us one person today to share your love with. Friends, let's not forget, serving God leads you to a life that you end up loving.